My name is Martha, and this is Everything Martha, my channel. And today I have a DIY for you with pretty much everything from the Dollar Tree. I wanted to do a fall DIY for like the top of the mantle in my living room, and I'm gonna do that today. And first of all, I want to welcome my new subscribers. I want to thank you for joining my channel. I hope that you enjoy it and that you will share it with your friends. And if you've been here for a while, I want to thank you for continuing to watch and being a part of my channel. Yes, I love going to the Dollar Tree, and they have really pretty things there for decor for the different seasons. But with what they have, I always like to sometimes put a few of the items together and make something even a little bit nicer, and that's what I'm going to do today. So I hope that you will enjoy this video and that you will consider subscribing if you're just happening across my channel for the first time. And so let's get started. I'm going to show you everything that you will need, and I hope that you will enjoy it. I will hopefully see you in my next video soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now. Okay, so here's what you're going to need if you want to make this fall craft DIY from the Dollar Tree items. I have these two pumpkins that they're really pretty, and on their own they have these initials on them, and they have like a metal leaf on top. As you can see, they're really pretty, but I'm gonna do something with them, and I got a white one and an orange one, and I'm not really going to be using the initial. And I got this little Harvest Wishes sign decor piece, and I'm gonna be using some floral foam from the Dollar Tree as well, and this Harvest Wishes wooden sign. I am going to probably be using some of these beads, and I'm not certain that I'm gonna use these dowels, but I might. And the same with the jute, I might use that. I'm not 100% sure. I just brought out some things that I think I might use, but I may not use all of them. And I got these two beautiful bows from Crafter's Square. It's a set of two. I'm only going to be using one. And aren't these pretty, these berry picks? I love them, and I'm probably gonna be using some of those. I'm not 100% sure. And these maple leaves, I just love that. These woodcraft cubes, which I might be using. And this ribbon. It's burlap ribbon. I might be using some of that. You definitely will be needing a hot glue gun and a paintbrush. And I got this at the Dollar Tree as well. I love it. It's some ribbon with these maple leaves. Isn't that a beautiful color? I am not sure that I'm gonna use that either, but I just brought out, for sure we're gonna be using the pumpkins, this sign, the floral foam, the Harvest Wishes sign, the bows, the maple leaves, the woodcraft cubes, the paint. Oh, I forgot to bring out the paint, but we're gonna be using some paint as well, which I will bring out after I go ahead and place my camera so that I could start on this DIY. Okay, so I'm going to start out by preparing the two pumpkins that I'm going to be using. I'm gonna remove the bows off of the two pumpkins and the metal leaf off of the orange pumpkin. I'm also going to put the white pumpkin over the orange pumpkin, so I'm gonna go ahead and white out the S on the white pumpkin. I'm using gloves today, you guys, because when I was cooking today, I burned my right hand. It wasn't too bad, but one of the spoons I was using fell over the burner and I didn't notice it. So when I went to grab the spoon, it scorched my right hand. So I have a bandage on it, and I don't want to get my hands full of paint. So I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, and remove the S off of the white pumpkin by just painting over it with some white paint. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the white paint on the white pumpkins begin to dry, and then I will begin to paint the Harvest Wishes wooden sign with this beautiful apple barrel Tropic orange paint. color you like for this DIY. And I probably will be using a mix of colors on these letters because I just love to blend colors to get the final look that I am trying to achieve. Isn't that a beautiful tone of orange, you guys? I think that's so pretty. I really do like it. Some apple barrel. King's Gold is the name of this beautiful mustard gold color, and I'm going to be painting that on the maple leaf on the wooden sign. That is definitely a beautiful fall color. It looks like so far. I just think it's really coming out really pretty. I went ahead and cut the tip of my glove on my thumb because when I pressed the pause and start button on the camera, it wouldn't take it with the glove over it. So let me continue now. I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of the King's Gold over the Tropic Orange. I told you I wouldn't just leave one of the colors. I just love to blend the different colors. And so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of that, and this is what I have so far. That is really pretty. Now I'm going to take 2 of the maple leaves that I bought in the pack that comes from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to hot glue 2 of the leaves to the maple leaf on the wooden sign. I'm not going to completely glue it down because I want it to be like a little bit 3D, so that's what I'm gonna do now. And so you can pick the 2 that you like the best. I'm gonna put the darker one in the bottom and the lighter one on the top. The way that's turning out so far. Back to the white pumpkin. Now I'm using a little bit of the apple barrel antique white, and I'm gonna go over the entire pumpkin because I want it to be more of a creamier color. I don't want it to be that white. And so I'm gonna go and paint some of that antique white all over the top of the pumpkin. The next color I'm going to be using is Marsh Green, and it's from Apple Barrel as well. And I'm going to go ahead and use it for the 2 little stems on the top of the pumpkins. I'm also going to use some of that Marsh Green color paint, but I'm going to blend it with a little bit of the antique white so it's not so dark. And I'm going to go ahead and do a border along the outside of the pumpkin. And I'm going to give it like an ombre effect. So I'm also going to do some streaks going up and down. But as you see, I'm mixing it with the antique white so it's not that dark of a green. I think this pumpkin is coming out really pretty. I just love the way that it's turning out. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love it. I'm so happy with that. You can do so much with mixing colors and blending them and I just love to work with different color paints. These paints from I bought them at Walmart, the Apple Barrel brand. They're really inexpensive. They're like 99 cents a bottle, and they have such a great assortment of colors. And that's just one more look at the pumpkin. Next, we're gonna work with the Harvest Wishes little decor piece, which we are going to be using as our stand. I was thinking of painting this, but I just love it. It looks so much like wood that I decided to leave it as is. I have cut the floral foam into the size pieces that I need to insert into the little decor piece, which is going to be our stand. So I cut 3 pieces. And I am going to go ahead and hot glue them to the bottom of that little box. Make sure that you use a lot of glue so that it doesn't come loose. That should be pretty secure to hold your pumpkins. So I decided to use the 1 foot dowels, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue them to the edge of the little box. I just think that gives it a prettier finish, but it's totally optional. You don't have to do that. I'm going to put some glue along both edges of the box and just put the wooden dowel over the front and the back. So yeah, I think that looks really pretty. I like the way that looks. Now I'm going to take the Harvest Wishes sign, and I'm going to be working with the little wooden cubes from Crafter's Square. And I'm going to be hot gluing the little cubes to the back of the wooden sign. I'm going to make sure that I place them in the widest part of the letters on both words. Just go ahead and put a little dab of hot glue on each square and secure it to the back of the sign. I wanted to lighten the color of the orange pumpkin, and so I'm using a little bit of the Tropic orange mixed with just a little bit of white to lighten it, because I don't want it to be that bright. So I'm only painting the edges of the pumpkin because that's the only part that's going to show. And that Tropic orange mixed with just a little bit of white is just the perfect color that I wanted to achieve. And this is what it looks like. Now it's time to glue the Harvest Wishes wooden sign to the top of the pumpkin. I'm going to add a little dab of hot glue to each of the little wooden squares on the back of the sign and glue it to the light ivory colored pumpkin. Make sure you hold it down for a few seconds so that it stays in place. Now we're going to use a little bit of Mod Podge and we're going to brush it all over the top of the wooden Harvest Wishes sign just to give it a little bit of a more finished look. I'm using the satin finish of the Mod Podge, so it's not going to be super glossy, but it's going to give it just a nicer finish, and that's what it looks like. It's not as rough as just the plain wood. Now I'm going to go ahead and place the ivory colored pumpkin on top of the orange pumpkin, and I'm going to place it in a way so that the edge that I painted is sticking out through the side, making sure that the stem looks like a thicker stem. So I added some hot glue and I went ahead and glued the two of them together. I'm gonna go ahead and get the little stand and push the pumpkins into the foam so that it makes a little crease. And then we're gonna get some hot glue and place plenty of hot glue into the little crease that you made when you pushed the pumpkin down. I'm being quite liberal with the amount of glue that I'm adding to make sure that the pumpkins stay in place. Holding the pumpkins down firmly, and I think I'm going to add some hot glue to the back of the pumpkin also. Next, I'm going to be working with the berry picks that I bought at the Dollar Tree. So these little berries are, they have a little, like if it was a toothpick, but it's not. It's covered with some green material. And they're very easy to work with because you just go ahead and insert them into the foam. The color on these berries is absolutely beautiful. It's like a dark rust orangey color, and it's just looks so much like fall. I really love the way that they look. I'm going to hot glue 3 of the wooden beads, and I love the fact that the green is almost the same color as the stem on the pumpkins. I'm gluing 3 of them, 1 on each side and 1 in the middle. That looks really pretty. Okay, my friends, and now it's time to add the final touch in this beautiful fall DIY. It's been so much fun to make this, and I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue this checkerboard bow to the end of the stem, and that'll be it. What do you think, you guys? I think it's really beautiful. It was so much fun to make it. I just love decorating my house for fall. I hope that you will try this and see how it looks at your house. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you soon in my next video. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.